Hello. I know it's been ages, but I'm here. So, I've been okay. I've been doing quite well. I can't lie. I have been focused on other engagement that I have, and that's why I haven't been posting. But I'm here, and I'm here because this week has been trans awareness week. So I wanted to come on here and basically give highlights to some of the trans people, trans women that I know right here in Malawi, so that we can also shine light where it needs to be light on. Uh, I Well, growing up, it was very difficult because I didn't connect, I didn't relate with anyone that I knew at the time. All I knew is that I was attracted to men. That's all that I knew. But I didn't know how to identify myself because I felt like I wasn't in the right body, so to say, because I found myself, attracted to uh what my mom was wearing. I was like, oh my God, I would like to wear a dress, I would like to do this and that. It never really, I didn't know what to call it. That quickly changed with Antitiwo. That was the very first time for me, and I think for the entire nation of Malawi, to have such kind of news whereby a man was trying to marry another man. But for me, it wasn't the story that I was much like gagging about. It was the fact that she was in a dress and she was fabulous, she was looking cute. That I was like, no, that's me. That is so me. But with that arrest came with so much negative impact on the queer community in Malawi. Especially some of us who were not out at the moment at the time because everyone who had like mannerism of another sex, like let's say like you're a man and then you have like back in the days when I used to, because a girl was a girl back in the days. So I would find myself being called Antitio and it irritated me, even though I wanted so much to do what she did. But because when they call you that, it meant something bad because of the whole situation around her arrest. She was arrested, I think 2009 in December, convicted, I think, the next year. So she was given a 14-year sentence. Thank God the international community intervened and she was released and is now living in exile in South Africa. That was the first time that I think I saw someone who was trans. Very first time. And I know for most trans people in Malawi, that must have been traumatic because if you had mannerism of the other sex, that's what you are called. That's what you're called entity on. And for long, because maybe I was a child. I would just say I was a little girl. I hated that. I hated that. I hated that. Again, internalized homophobia and transphobia because I'll be like, why are you calling me that? I'm not that because of the whole situation around. I'll be like, no, I am not anti-T-war. I guess because I didn't want people to see me as they were seeing her. Because it was news. It was news for months. People mocking her. I remember like watching news with my parents and they couldn't help it, of course, but to say something negative. And I was there looking, I'm like, yeah. But I knew that that's what I want, though. Anyway, so that was her. I feel like the positive impact of her arrest was she brought in the conversation surrounding the queer community in Malawi because that was for the first time they were having conversations of the whole gays and lesbian and trans people. So it helped to open gates for conversations, because I feel like that's what we need. We need to have dialogues with these people to know, because many people like myself, I didn't know that there were many of us. I didn't know, like, I thought I was alone. But with her coming up like that, it sort of like opened my eyes, like, oh, so we're not alone. So it brought in so many conversations, which I appreciate. And now it's when I see that, okay, it was necessary for her to come out the way she did. It was necessary for her to go through what she did, because she came out victorious and is now living her life in South Africa, where I'm very sure her sexuality and her sexual identity does not pose any danger to her. The next one was the one who is now currently in prison. Is Hannah Gonani. She is also a trans woman that is currently arrested and is in prison for 8 years for false pretenses. That's what she was charged for. Now, I would like to talk about the impact of that case. That case came with a lot of negative impacts on queer people in Malawi, as you can imagine, because with that case, we had a lot of like religious leaders coming to protest against the queer community. I guess the confusion was they thought the case was about to legalize homosexuality in Malawi. And although that's what I want, although that's what any queer person wants in Malawi, we are not in that space where, even if we had the law, the community where we stay would not still allow it. So we are not in that space where we can ask for legalization of homosexuality, but we are asking for tolerance, I would say. And it's such a low expectation, because we're just asking to live our lives in free, like just living without fear of being jailed just for the sake of being. That's what we want. We want to be anti-discriminatory laws of the LGBT people. We want not to be discriminated against, you know. So with that, a lot of religious leaders came on, to protest, and a lot of queer activists that I know where I was in hiding, so was I. It was such a traumatic experience. I remember I moved several times. Several times I have moved because my location was being leaked. And being a public figure, it is difficult to sort of like maintain a place for long because of how recognizable a girl is, you know. But I guess it's the price I have to pay, and it's a price that I'm willing to pay to make sure that the voices of every person who is queer is heard. So that's the second person I wanted to highlight today. There are many people in Malawi, queer people, who are doing the very best that they can to make sure they speak for the community. And I want to tell you guys, keep on fighting. At this point, I'm not fighting for myself at this point. I'm fighting for my very young brother, very young sister, who are looking at us and saying, I want to be like that person. I know freedom is coming. I know there will be a time when we will be allowed to exist without the fear of being killed at the first sight without provocation. You know, that's what I wanted to say. And to the international community, we do appreciate the help. Sharing our stories help. Sharing this video will help. When people know, because it's matter of knowledge. I feel like people fear what they don't know, and what they don't know they will eventually hate. So it's all a matter of sharing knowledge, letting people know that we are here. We are human beings. We just want to exist in peace. See you in the next episode. Yes, so if you are an ally, I would say evil persists when good people do nothing. When you see a queer person being attacked, do something. Do something. Do something.